Bobbi Brown took Jones Road from $20 to $160 million in just 3 years. Tarte added $105 million in new revenue last year and didn't spend a dollar on ads to do it. Tarte generates nearly half of their total revenue from one specific channel. Most $1 to $5 million brands spend very little time on. In this video, I'm going to break down the exact 3 moves smart e-com brands are making right now. The first move is going to be the founder is on the camera. And this is something that we started recommending to our clients in the last few years. I understand that a lot of founders have some reservations, but the founders that are producing content are gaining trust very fast in their space. So an example of this is Bobbi Brown, and she posts quite a lot of content, especially on her TikTok. She managed to scale the brand from $20 million in 2021 to $160 million in 2024. So if you take a look at her TikTok here, this is her personal TikTok. She has 500,000 followers, and she posts a lot of content about some industry trends, some tutorials, some new product launches, etc. And there are a lot of fast scaling brands that are doing the same thing as well. So the first example is going to be Midday Squares. They are projected to generate 30 million plus. You have Ben Francis from Gymshark, $700 million. And you have David Fogarty from the Udi. It's projected to have generated $400 million cumulative. So if you take a look at their social media profiles, we have Instagram here for Midday Squares. They post a lot of content here. Then for Ben Francis from Gymshark, he has 286,000 subscribers on his YouTube. 2 types of content here. So there is the content that is directly tied to the brand. And this is the example from Bobbi Brown, for example. So she mostly posts about Jones Road. The same thing for Midday Squares as well. And there is a second type of content, which is more aimed towards establishing authority in the space. For example, what Ben Francis is doing here from Gymshark. And the same thing from David Fogarty as well. So he has 899,000 subscribers on YouTube. And he posts a lot of personal content. You have content with some billionaires, for example, like Robert Herjavec from Shark Tank. You have Mark Cuban, Jay Leno, etc. So this type of content achieves 3 things. So the first one is to get investors. The second one is to build your network in the space. And the third one is to attract top talent. So it works on so many levels here. So when I talk to e-com brand owners, they typically have some reservations. As I mentioned before, they don't want to be the face of the brand in case they wanted to sell it later. They do not like producing content, or they do not want producing content. So this is a personal decision that you have to think about. But a lot of these fast scaling brands are now posting a ton of content from their founders because it's one of the quickest ways to not only establish authority, but also build trust, which will help you scale your brand faster. Let's go through the second thing, which is going to be the TikTok shop. An example is from Tarte. They managed to generate $105 million by 2025 just from TikTok shop. So they joined in 2023. They had that early mover advantage because I believe TikTok shop launched in September 2023. And then the BFCM week, they generated $15.33 million in one Black Friday Cyber Monday week. And they managed to ride the Sharpie under eye trend and sell 600,000 units for one of their products. If you look at the market at the moment, you have TikTok generating 66 billion gross merchandise value in 2025, and it's projected to increase that to 87 billion in 2026, which is quite impressive. TikTok shop now represents approximately 20% of US social commerce. So this is not a trend that is going away anytime soon. Other examples are from Crocs. They joined fall 2024 and they already generated $52 million. Top footwear brand on TikTok shop, and they grew their live shopping sales by 28,000%. The second brand is going to be PacSun, 11,000 jeans sold in one night from a single creator post. And the third example is from Maylee's, $108 million, 2025 Glossy Pop Award winner for best use of TikTok shop. So this is something that our clients are also heavily investing in. The third thing that the fastest scaling e-com brands are focusing on at the moment is treating retention as infrastructure. According to studies, the brands that are scaling the fastest are generating 30 to 47% of their total revenue from email and SMS. And you will see some examples here. Jones Road's BFCM revenue attributed to email channel was 38.4%. You have Tatcha, 47% of their revenue was attributed to email SMS. La La Land, 43.6%. And you have Corksicle, 56%. So a lot of these brands are running very efficiently and they are extracting as much value as possible from the paid traffic that they are spending money on. You have here on one side, $1 million brands, email potentially doing 15 to 20% of revenue. They have potentially the welcome flow, some abandonment flows, maybe some post-purchase flows, and they are sending a few campaigns a month as well. And that's it. And here you have 10 million plus brands with email and SMS doing 35 to 50% of that total revenue using this system that we call the 9-pillar retention system. The first pillar is going to be deliverability. If your emails are not hitting the main inbox, then literally nothing else matters. You're just wasting your money. The second one is going to be signups and captures. So this is how you extract as much value as possible from every single visitor you send to your website, because the more people you can capture, nurture, and convert into first-time customers, and then eventually repeat customers, the more revenue and profit your brand is going to be generating. Then you have flows and automations. These are the closest thing to passive income if such a thing existed. Then you have consistent campaigns here. These are great for staying top of mind and converting not just subscribers, but also first-time customers into repeat customers. Then you have high converting emails here. Think of your emails as bricks to a building. If you have crooked bricks, then the building is gonna fall off. So we need emails that are optimized for your brand in terms of copywriting, in terms of tone of voice, branding guidelines, etc. Then you have segmentation, which is one of the biggest red flags I see in the accounts I audit. Then you have analytics. You cannot improve what you don't track. Then you have continuous A/B testing. So we like to test the highest leverage things for our clients that will generate the most impact, like for example, subject lines, the offer, the copy framework, the design, layout, etc. And you have SMS, which could add 5 to 10% to your total revenue. The other thing is that it's 5 to 7 times cheaper to retain an existing customer than to get a new customer. So according to Harvard Business Review research, a 5% retention lift produces a 25 to 95 profit lift. This is a crazy stat here. And the second thing is the iOS 14 reality. You have cost per acquisition up by 25 to 40% structurally since the iOS 14. The paid ads game got harder permanently. So you have CPMs and CACs increasing every single year. And if you're not efficient at extracting as much value from that paid traffic as possible, then you will not be able to compete in your space. So I personally spent millions on paid media for my own stores as well as for my clients. And the smartest ecom founders are the ones that run the most efficient businesses. To sum it up, the 3 smart moves that a lot of the fastest scaling brands are implementing at the moment. The first one is going to be the founder is on the camera. The second one is their use of TikTok Shop. And the third one is treating retention as infrastructure. So if you're interested in generating more revenue and profit from email and SMS, then I'm happy to offer you a free in-depth audit of your email and SMS program, where I show you exactly what's missing in your account, what could be improved, and how much more revenue you'll be able to generate when all of the improvements are implemented. This is 8 to 10 pages of expert recommendations specifically tailored to your brand. So if you're interested in the audit, click on the first link in the description to schedule a quick call with me. See you in the next one.